Hello, this is J. Nageswara, School Assistant in English. In this video, I would like to discuss how to combine two sentences using relative clauses. As we have already discussed in our previous video, there are two types of clauses, defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses. Now let us discuss how to answer these things. Nick is a torso. He plays football and golf. Here, what is the subject in the first sentence? Nick. And in the second sentence, he. Here, Nick and he refer to the same person. And moreover, Nick is a proper noun. So when a proper noun is given, we have to write a non-defining relative clause. So just put a comma soon after this proper noun Nick, and in place of he, you use who. Who is a torso. When the subject in the first sentence and in the second sentence is the same, we have to add who after the proper noun and write the remaining part of the first clause, and then we have to put a comma, and then we have to add the second part of the sentence. Nick, who is a torso, plays football and golf. This is a non-defining relative clause. My sister passed BTech. She has secured a job as an engineer in BHEL. Here we have to combine the two sentences with who. My sister and she both refer to the same. When both the subjects are the same, we can just write my sister, put a comma here, who passed BTech has secured a job as an engineer in BHEL, because my sister and she refer to the same person. Nick's mother did everything right during her pregnancy. She was a nurse. Nick's mother in the first sentence and she in the second sentence refer to the same person. And in place of she, we have to use who, but we have to write the relative clause soon after Nick's mother, because Nick's mother, so this is related to a proper noun. That's why Nick's mother, comma, who did everything right during her pregnancy, comma, was a nurse. The meeting was held in the town hall. It was a great success. Here also, the meeting in the first sentence and it in the second sentence. It in the second sentence refers to the meeting in the first sentence. So both the subjects are the same. That's why. Moreover, the meeting was a great success. Which meeting was a great success? So the subject is indefinite. To make it definite, we have to use a defining relative clause. So the meeting which was held, in place of it, we use which here. So the meeting which was held in the town hall was a great success. Let us move on to the fifth sentence. Nick has a low center of gravity. It helps him balance his body. Here, in the second sentence, it is there. Nick, in the first sentence, Nick is there. In the second sentence, it is there. So both are different subjects. So when both different, when the subjects in the first sentence and in the second sentence are different, we can write the first sentence like this. Nick has a low center of gravity. This is independent of its meaning, having a proper noun as the subject, Nick, and it, in place of it, we can write which helps him balance his body. So this is which helps him balance his body is a non-defining relative clause. Suresh, it's a proper noun here. And in the second sentence, he is a pronoun which refers to Suresh only. So here also, we are expected to use only a non-defining relative clause. Suresh received an urgent message. He has left the school just now. So Suresh, comma, who received an urgent message. So the predicate in the first sentence, we have to add after who. Suresh, who received an urgent message, comma, has left the school just now. Next one. Silk sarees are made in Banaras. They are popular all over the world. Here, silk sarees, this is the subject in the first sentence. In the second sentence, are popular all over the world. This is the predicate, actually, this is the main clause. Silk sarees are popular all over the world. Which silk sarees are popular all over the world? So, silk sarees, it needs some definiteness. That means it must be defined what kind of sarees they are or where they are made. So, to make it, to define this subject, the silk sarees, we have to use a relative, defining relative clause only. So, silk sarees which are made in Banaras. So, silk sarees which are made in Banaras, this itself uh, becomes meaningful, are popular all over the world. So in place of they, we are using which here, and soon after the subject silk sarees, we are adding which are made in Banaras. Vivekananda was an Indian. His speech at Chicago attracted the whole world. Here, Vivekananda is an Indian. His speech means, this is in possessive case. His speech means whose speech? Vivekananda's speech. So that's why when a possessive pronoun is given, we have to use whose in place of that one. For example, words like his, her, their, in place of such words, we have to use whose. So Vivekananda was an Indian. His speech at Chicago attracted the whole world. So Vivekananda is a proper noun. So when a proper noun is there, we have to use only a non-defining relative clause. So Vivekananda was an Indian. So this itself is independent of its meaning. So you write it first and put a comma, and in place of his speech, you write whose speech at Chicago attracted the whole world. Then it becomes meaningful. Now let us move on to the ninth sentence. Rabindranath Tagore was a great poet. Rabindranath Tagore was a great poet. Gandhiji called him Gurudev. Gandhiji, here two subjects are there. Rabindranath Tagore, great poet. Both are the same. Gandhi called him Gurudev. Gandhi called him. Him refers to whom? It is an objective case. This pronoun him is an objective case. So when an objective case is there, when objective pronoun is there in any sentence, in a sentence, we have to use whom in place of it. So Rabindranath Tagore was a great poet. So this itself is independent of its meaning. So we have to add just a non-defining relative clause. So Rabindranath Tagore was a great poet. Whom in place of him, we have to use whom. Whom Gandhi called Gurudev. Then it becomes meaningful. Now let us move on to the 10th example. Some people live in glass houses. They must not throw stones at others. Here, some people, this is the subject actually, must not throw stones at others. Some people must not throw stones at at others. Which some people? Which some people? What kind of people must not throw stones at others? It needs some kind of uh, definition of these people. So we have to add a defining relative clause here. Some people and they both refer to the same subject. So when the subjects in the two sentences are the same, we can just write the first subject and then we can write this relative clause, defining relative clause here. Some people who live in glass houses must not throw stones at others. So some people who live in glass houses, this itself has its own meaning. So without who live in glass houses, some people must not throw stones at others. It is meaningless. That's why we have to use a defining relative clause here. Bethany Hamilton taught Nick surfing. She had been bitten by a shark. So here also, Bethany Hamilton, it's a proper noun. So when a proper noun is given, we have to use a non-defining relative clause. So Bethany Hamilton had been bitten by a shark. Actually, this is the clause. This is the clause. To add extra information, who this Bethany Hamilton is, who taught Nick surfing. So this clause is a non-defining clause, because even if you delete who taught Nick surfing, Bethany Hamilton had been bitten by a shark. This sentence has its own and independent meaning. So this is a non-defining clause, who taught Nick surfing. Nick and Kane got married on 12th December 2012. They were blessed with a healthy baby. Here, Nick and Kane in the first sentence and they in the second sentence refer to the same. So when the two subjects refer to the same, we can just write the first subject, and moreover, Nick and Kane they are proper nouns. That's why Nick and Kane, comma, in place of they, you can write who here. Soon after these proper nouns, put a comma, write who, and write the remaining part. Got married on 12th 12th February 2012, and then add the remaining part of the second sentence, were blessed with a healthy baby. So Nick and Kane, who got married on 12th February 2012, were blessed with a healthy baby. Here we have used a non-defining relative clause. The mother looked very anxious. The mother looked very anxious. Which mother? We don't know. So we have to define who that mother is. Which mother looked very anxious? We have to define. So to define that subject, we have to add a defining relative clause. And moreover here, her baby, here a possessive pronoun is given here. Her baby means whose baby? Her baby was missing. Whose baby was missing? The mother's baby was missing. So when a possessive pronoun is given, we have to use whose only. So the mother whose baby was missing looked anxious. So this is a whose baby was missing is a defining relative clause. The theater has been inaugurated recently. It was designed by Mr. Rao. The theater, subject in the first sentence. It, the subject in the second sentence. They refer to the same. So, moreover, the theater was designed by Mr. Rao. Which theater was designed by Mr. Rao? So, we have to add some extra information, and not extra information, essential information. We have to define what that theater is, what kind of theater is it. So, the theater which has been inaugurated recently. So, in place of it, we have used which here to refer to, because theater is something or a place. So, the theater which has been inaugurated recently was designed by Mr. Rao. 15th one, Robert found Ray worried. His manuscript of Charulata film was missing. So Robert found Ray missing. Here two subjects are there, Robert and Ray. Look at the second sentence. His manuscript of Charulata film was missing. So his is a possessive pronoun. So when a possessive pronoun is there, we have to use whose only. So his manuscript of Charulata's film was missing. His manuscript means whose manuscript? Not Ray's manuscript, Robert's manuscript only. So we have to use since Robert is a proper noun, Ray is a proper noun, we have to use a non-defining relative clause. So Robert found Ray worried. So this is independent of its meaning, this clause. That's why just put a comma and add the extra information. And in place of his, you write whose manuscript of Charulata film was missing. So this is the way we have to change, because Robert is the subject in the first sentence. His manuscript is the subject in the second sentence. So his manuscript is different from the subject in the first sentence, Robert. So when the two subjects are different, we can just add a comma soon after the first sentence, and we can write, we can add the non-defining relative clause here. 16th one, Wangari Maathai is a famous environmentalist. The African rural women like her very much. So in the second sentence, her is there. Her means it is in the this pronoun is in the objective case. When a pronoun is in the objective case, we have to use whom to refer to it. So in the first sentence, Wangari Maathai is the subject. In the second sentence, African rural women is the subject. So these two are different actually. Wangari Maathai, that's why what we have to do, Wangari Maathai is a proper noun. So when a proper noun is given, what we have to do? We have to write the first sentence, because the two subjects are different. Wangari Maathai is a famous environmentalist. Put a comma here, then it becomes independent of its meaning. To add extra information to it, you just use whom in place of her. Whom the African rural women like very much. So whom the African rural women like very much becomes a non-defining relative clause. Murthy was good at maths and physics. His father was a teacher in English. So Murthy is the subject in the first sentence, and his father is the subject in the second sentence. So both the subjects are different, and moreover, Murthy is a proper noun. So when a proper noun is given, we have to use a non-defining relative clause only. So Murthy, comma, his father means Murthy's father. So in place of his father, you have to write whose father. Whose father was a teacher in English. So whose father was a teacher in English? This is a non-defining relative clause giving extra information about Murthy. Otherwise, Murthy was good at mathematics and physics. This itself sounds good. It doesn't depend on any relative clause actually. So Murthy, that's why we have to use a non-defining relative clause here. Murthy, comma, whose father was a teacher in English, comma, was good at maths and physics. Next one. The Mahaprasthanam is a popular book. It was written by Sri Sri. So the Mahaprasthanam, a popular book, and it all refer to the same. So the Mahaprasthanam, it's a proper noun actually. That's why when a proper noun is given, we can use a non-defining relative clause. So the Mahaprasthanam is a popular book, comma, just write a non-defining relative clause. In place of it, you write which, because that book refers to something. So which was written by Sri Sri. So this is a non-defining relative clause. And even if you delete this one, the meaning of the main clause, that is the Mahaprasthanam is a popular book, is not affected, or it does not change at all. So in this way, we can combine any two sentences using relative clauses. And relative clauses, as we have already seen, they begin with relative pronouns. To refer to a person, we use who. If the pronoun is in the subjective case, like this. If the pronoun is in the objective case, we use whom. If the pronoun is in the possessive case, we use whose. And then to refer to things, we use which. And to refer to persons or things, we use which or that. So this is the information that I wanted to give regarding combining sentences using relative clauses. So well friends, if you like this video, do subscribe to my channel and do share your opinions. Thank you all for viewing.